Welcome to PCGamer Radio. I'm your host Lipstickpaddy, and today I'm going to show you why I'm a passionate fan of Star Citizen and Squadron 42. Now, there's many YouTubers out there that simply, when I see them, they're simply just someone reporting on the game and doing clickbait crap and anger about things that I can throw them a bone saying exactly why things are like that in the game. One of my pet peeves is probably people saying, why are the driving physics on planets not working properly? For years they've not been working. And it's like, excuse me, they're waiting for Planet Tech V5, they're waiting for the Starkitect planet to come in, and they've already said in past sitcoms that they're already going to be changing the planet so you can drive around them easier, and roads will be coming. Calm down, you bloody Egypt. Anyway, there's so many things that really annoy me about these clickbait titles. If you're really interested in me doing blowback reactional comments to these videos from the likes of Gem Reviews and Camarel, I will do it because they vent my anger, they do. But today I'm going to prove to you my passion for this game. And I think with true passion comes dedication to bouncing ideas, because I often think that when you're in love with a video game, you are closer to the project and you are thinking about how much better the game could be. And with the amazing open development of Star Citizen, you can bounce your ideas on the forum. They have a specific section, which I'm going to be showing you today, which is all about game ideas. This is on the road to SitCon Direct, of course, with just 8 days to go. And if you've seen this video after SitCon, I'm probably going to be covering this video of SitCon for 2025. So anyway. Now, so this is me, Lipstickpaddy. This is in game ideas on the Star Citizen Spectrum, which is the forums. And basically, I'm a space nerd. And if I go on this picture here, you can see I put up a
continuing a
of how NASA are showing the planet. Now, if you watch this planet turn, I actually represented it in my video better. It looks like the clouds are... I don't know if they changed this video, but it looks... Basically, you can see that there's a plane on the planet, that the clouds are above it. There's like parallax scrolling going on with the clouds. I don't know. Maybe they have updated this video. I'm going to my old things anyway. Yeah, it's at 1 minute 14. Subtle parallax motion effect on the planets. Anyway, so that was like what I call a precedent study where you're giving ideas for the planet team. Next up. Imagine getting a job in the game and you are becoming a security person, for example, on a place in the world. For example, it could be a bunker or it could be a distribution center. And the job is basically you'll get an NPC delivery, so they'll take you down to the distribution center and you're going on shift with other security members. You could be with other people, or you just be yourself with NPCs, and you're basically just going to be standing at a door. And if you see anybody coming in, PvPers, you can shoot them. Or maybe you've got an electric gun, you're gonna electrify them, knock them out, arrest them. You won't arrest them, you just report it into the security and they'll come and reprehend them. Your job is just security. And this would be, I think it would be really fun, because it would make going into these places even more dangerous if you believe that there's actually NPCs that are human. So it's not a PvE area, this is place you're going in. It can actually be a PvP area, but you don't know it's PvP. And part of your job as a security person would be acting like an NPC. So you've got to kind of mimic them. And it would be great as well if when you became security, your name and everything went off you, so you became anonymous on the job. I think this would be great, especially when the guilds, there is going to be the criminal guild, and part of the criminal jobs are to assassinate people, and that might be people in distribution centres like the VIPs, and the VIP security could be a person, which would make killing that NPC more difficult, especially because it would be so surprising that this security guard suddenly becomes a person. You know, I think it would be brilliant as a new job type, temping security. You could also be, these temping jobs also could be cleaners going around the cities picking trash up and stuff like that. I love this idea of temping, and it really would be great to earn money on Planetside as well. And I think it would be just very, very fun to do this kind of thing. Again, if you're earning money during the time is money, you're earning money on the mission on it. So yeah, I think it'd be brilliant. All right, on my next one. Yeah, this is the SpaceX Starship coming in from orbit, and you can see its heat shield here is glowing pink, and it does go orange. It's depending on how it enters, but it's pink first, then it goes orange. I'm trying to highlight here that we are seeing different colours through the atmosphere, and really you can't just have orange coming in, because when you're coming in you're super hot, that's the pink, and as you start to cool down you go to orange and then yellow. So it's kind of like the colours are advancing as you're getting cooler as you're entering the atmosphere. That's kind of what this one is. It's kind of an easy one to see. Again, it's for the Planetside team. I'm really hyped about how the planets look. I've got a real thing for planets, as you can see. This one's the effect of down states, and I think they're bringing this in with the medical stuff, as it's going to affect you. So this one's kind of been addressed with the medical stuff, so this one was much early, you can see. All right, next one. Yeah, I think this would be great if you go to a space station or a planet. When you're coming down through customs, you get like screens showing you the weather in a few hours, what the weather will be like that night, so you can get warnings as well, like here, tornado warnings, snow warnings, acid rain on some planets, freezing temperatures, so you need to dress up, heat warnings that you need to dress down. So this, I think it'd be really fun, because you're going to come down on the planet and get some diametric data off the landing zones. I think it'd be brilliant. I love this because it adds immersion on the planet that you're in, and it's actually stuff that you as a player would love to see. I love it. It'd be simply diametric from the data in the game anyway. It's just a way of showing it on a screen. I don't think it'd be that expensive to put into the game, but I think it'd be much appreciated. And you know, it could be sponsored as well. You know, this company's sponsoring the weather today from that planet, and you get like an on-planet advert. So if you're on Hurston, it could just be Hurston Dynamics or product from there, you know, whatever they want to advertise. So yeah, make each planet landing different, but these immersion factors where you would definitely be looking at this screen and reacting from it. All right, next suggestion I had. Bounty missions. I don't know if you've done them in the game, but you kind of take out your bounty, even though they've got NPCs ships there as well. You should get bonus credits for kind of taking them all out. This is what I think you should do, and because they are going to be updating this. I mean, at the minute we've not got Bounty Missions V2, have we? And missions are going to get better when the Vulcan update comes into the game. So this is just me being a little bit concerned, and maybe they could have made this better as it is today, but obviously they want to fix it with the big Bounty Missions V2, and they don't want to make little updates. So, but yeah, that's just food for thought for the team. Next one was, wouldn't it be great to get weapons from the actual ship manufacturers. I did a mock-up here of the Elon Musk Tesla, not a rocket launcher, as if it was a Crusader rocket launcher. I'll just put some Crusader colours on here. It's a bit like when you buy a car, you might get some car accessories that aren't related to the car. And I'm just thinking, as some of these companies that do military ships or combat ships, that they might actually have some firearms that are specific from that company. It wouldn't stretch my mind that they wouldn't even, even one of the gun companies could get officially endorsed by Crusader and make a special weapon that would be sold to Crusader fans, or have a Crusader shop that has official licensed products including guns and armor and things like that. I think it would be nice to have them because you've got that Crusader style, or whatever company you want, your Drake gun or your Drake armor. I think that would be great to get. Actually, you would actually want to go to these places in the verse to get some official license kit, so you would have to go to wherever the factories are, where they've got the factory shop, and I think that'd be another excuse to go down to a planetary location to go shopping. I think that would be fun. All right, let's go to the next. Yeah, I really do think that you shouldn't see HUDs on ships. You shouldn't get anything like that. If you go to a ship that's not yours, you shouldn't know how to get on the ship. And, I think that it would narrow down thieves, is what I put here. Ships should simply not be easy to enter. And because, if you've been Star Citizen fan from the beginning, like me, you probably know how to get on every ship. But if someone comes into Squadron 42 and then they come into Star Citizen and they see this ship on a planet, they don't exactly know how to get on it, and there's going to be less chance of them stealing it. So that's why I think no HUD icon for your ship entrance, please. Get that off. It's for security only. That's an easy one. Easy one to do. This one actually come from Camerel. I've got his video link down here. Don't you love how big his video link is? It's stupidly long. But this is when Camerel actually did some research on the Ion, and that was one of his videos that was actually helpful, and he was basically showing you that the Ares Ion has a bug. But I don't think he came to Spectrum to report it, so I basically did it for him. And the Ion, which is the ship that I love so much, it's in a much better place now. I'm just really excited to see the how it performs on a planet when the control surfaces come in. So yeah, big love for the Ion. And this is one of my things that I want to do in 1.0, is to start crafting ions and really get enough research in so I can create a level 5 Ares Ion. I love the fact that you've got the big laser gun, and you're going to probably want better cooling and better battery, bigger shields. Like, it's such an incredible ship. I love it. So here, the ship that I love, I want to report stuff on that ship as we go. Try and put that ship in a better place. And I think if you've got a ship that you love and you've got problems with it, you come into the game ideas and you tell them your ideas of how to improve it. No point just saying it's negative. Better to give a positive or an answer when you're saying something negative. Words from the previous Pope. As those negatives are taken more on board if you've got a solution in place. Yeah, this is coming from... When you look at the map, you shouldn't know the places. I mean, come on! The whole point of exploration is that you don't know what things are until you've uncovered it. I really think that you should have question marks when you fly on a planet, what things are, and only when you land there and you start talking to people, like, or you visually see something, or you scan a map, that's on a poster or something, so you get to know what that place is. I think that would properly enhance and make people good on planets to explore, because like I know, like you might say, oh, I know Hurston exists, but I've not really researched the planet. That's what you should say. I don't want to go to Hurston and suddenly know where all these places are on the map. No, make that explorable at the end of the day. Make me put that in my nav that I've recorded that place. So you are actually filling out your exploration map or your thing. Because at the end of the day, why should your map in the game have every single location? That's completely taken away exploration. It's daft as a brush in my eyes. It's, imagine playing Starfield or Skyrim or Fallout when you look at the map and everything's there for you. Don't be ridiculous. Exploration is brilliant in those games. I think Star Citizen should have it, because at the end of the day, that is exploration I want to see in the game. And I really don't like the fact that it tells you everything. Planets? Yes. You come to a solar system, those planets is well known in the nav, but when you get to the planet, maybe the landing zone, the city landing zone is known, but outside of that, it's a mystery until you explore it. That's where I want it to be. Alright. I think they're getting close to this, aren't they? Where you're getting tokens, you're getting like physical items that the vendors want. This was at a time when they were doing rolling the dice for what you got, but I actually said that you should. You know, you go to the NPC and he says, what do you want? I will give you some armor, some weapon, or some ship equipment. I'd love some ship equipment. What are you flying? I'm flying my Ares Ion. All right, let's see what I have. He has a purple power plant. Purple as in epic. There's an example here from World of Warcraft. It's a set piece, actually, this power plant. If you get 2 parts, so you can see up here that the more of the set you get, it unlocks a special feature. My example here I've said is, if you get 2 parts of the set piece, you'll get 10% extra power, and if you get the 5 set piece, you're additionally going to get 50% recharge of the battery, but it can only happen once every 3 minutes. If this item was legendary, then it would be 100% instant recharge every 5 minutes. So you can see here that I really kind of want to see ship equipment sets that have set bonuses. This is what I really want. Remember, we need to make this more of a game. And I think this is stuff in games, in MMOs, that I love. Because in World of Warcraft, I am a healer, a holy priest. And I love collecting the priest outfit and the priest weapon sets that play with my play style. And I think this would be even fun, because not only are you flying your favourite ship and you're getting it up to Tech 5, but you're also collecting the sets for the ship that unlock bonuses for that ship. I think you will be dripping, because you're going to be putting so much cool stuff on your ship, because remember, your ship is just another character, and I think that character needs to have its own set equipment in my eyes. So, and I think I went down here, or have I said it somewhere else, that potentially you're only going to get the... Yeah, to craft it, you're going to have to go to certain places around the verse to craft it as well, if they're going to be really special. So it makes you go out there. I've actually said that opening a loot box should give you a note, and notes have these different levels, and then you take that note to a specific NPC who gives you a mission to get your reward. So yeah, anyway, that's what I've been talking about. So if I want that schematic to build the power plant, well, he's gonna want me to do something for it. And yeah, you get the idea about that. Anyway, my next idea was to hire Space Motion. If you don't know who he is, I'm playing his music on some of my Star Citizen content. He's one of my favourite DJs, and he's great at doing like sci-fi sounds and sci-fi mixes in the trance genre. And it would be great if you could go and visit him in the verse, and not only are you going to be dancing, but you're kind of chilling out to his mixes. I think that would be mega fun. And I've said here that in World of Warcraft they have the Dark Moon Fair every month, where you can go there and listen to the band in Azeroth. They've actually got 2 bands now in the Dark Moon Fair that you can go and listen to, and that would be great in Star Citizen, where they were having these DJs that you could go down and have a listen to. Because in World of Warcraft, when it happens, I do like to go down to the Dark Moon Fair and do some dancing and start saying things in the local chat for fun and RPing whilst dancing to the band. So I think this is going to be great for RPing if you get actual DJs down that have representation, and everybody can go there to chill out. Something, more social element coming into Star Citizen, I think would be great. Alright, well, SitCon's coming up in 8 days from this video, and I'm talking about ship upgrade schematics. We've got burning questions. We'll quickly read this, shall I? If you have a T1 ship and you've done the necessary research to upgrade it, how will it differ in stats and looks? And what's going to happen to the T1 ship when you can upgrade it? Does it delete the ship and you get the T2 ship? Let's see 3 things. So yeah, I've got the Ares Ion. So as many stats are based on ship modules, for example, power plant, how will a V2 ship, V3 for example, make the ship better? Is it going to be stuff that you can't change with ship modules, like the weapon or the guns or the armor? We just don't know. Questions on that. The looks of these ships. So yeah, if I have a T1 ship parked next to one that's T5, are they going to look different aesthetically? They should do, shouldn't they? And for example, if the size gun goes... if the gun upgrades, so it's a better laser gun, then that should have a different look as well. The engines also should have a different look if they're upgrading engines. And so yeah, we just need more questions on ship crafting. We're going to get this when we know more about crafting ships, but it's kind of me just saying these are questions that I'm interested in knowing. Or really floating the game idea that this is what I would like to see, is the ship starts to look differently as you tier it up. Yeah, it would be great to see a progress tracker to see how close we are to Star Citizen 1.0. Now, we do have... what's it called? Not the progress tracker. Not the progress tracker. The roadmap, right? We've got the roadmap. But the roadmap's just showing you these ticketed items. We don't know how long we are on these. And I think we should have a specific tracker for the 1.0 as a whole. So 1.8 progress is at 51%, so we can kind of see that they're working towards 1.0, because at the minute it's kind of, we just don't know. We don't know. Obviously they are working towards 1.0, but it'd be nice to see a tracker, even if it was an anonymous tracker. Oh look, the progress tracker went from 51 to 55%. We don't know what that is, but SitCon's coming up will probably tell us. I'd like to see this general tracker of progress for 1.0. And it kind of listing big tickets to go, or for example on the the monthly report they might say Transport Guild is up and running, or we've got it in internal testing. They need to kind of tell us, is the missions getting written, have they been written? We kind of need more information, because the road to 1.0 is the stuff that's more interesting for me. So basically just do some more stuff on your roadmap, and I'd like to see progress trackers on each of the stuff that's more detailed, so we get to see where you are with this stuff. Progress, as it were, a real progress tracker. Yeah, so crafting schematics. Crafting orders would be great as delivery missions. Right, delivery missions? What am I talking about here? All right, let's read it. I did write it after all. Crafting orders, for example, this is from World of Warcraft, isn't it? And you're doing NPC crafting. There's like crafting requests is what I'm talking about here. Well, you don't just craft it, it turns into a pick up and deliver. You've got to actually take it to the NPC. So if you want to upgrade your schematic by crafting 100 pistols, these pistols, you might as well sell them, and it should come to NPCs that are buying them, and then you've got to deliver it to the certain landing zone to do it. So it's not just you're crafting them and blah, blah, blah. You've actually got some kind of delivery to do as well. I think that'd be fun to do. This would thematically be great to supply the shops in the game. Oh, yes, of course. The gun shops on the Planetside locations, or they could be the people that are buying or putting buy requests in for pistols, and you can fulfill their order, and you just then got to deliver it down to the planet. I think that would be a great loop. That would be the player economy interacting with the wider game economy. I think it would be brilliant. And in World of Warcraft, for example, here, you can see like the Everforged mage here, the patron here is Vongret. That person's so desperate for this item, they're going to give you all of the ingredients. That's brilliant. That means you get to craft a free gun and you know, just deliver it to them. I think that would be fantastic. Notice here the patrons want certain tiered stuff. So, for example, the Dredger's Platon's tier 3, that is. So you're going to have to kind of get your crafting up to kind of use all of the patrons that are in the list here for World of Warcraft, for example. Now, also in the commissions of these, sometimes they give you some crafting material that you can use in your weapons. So it's not just giving you money, but it'll throw in some kind of crafting material that might be good for getting better tiered stuff, or just crafting material that you like anyway. Because I think when you're crafting in the game, there's going to be some kind of, I want to say, I don't think they've shown this yet, but I think there's going to be some kind of reagent that you've got to buy from an NPC. So you're not just crafting from stuff you've got in the world. There's also a third-party element you need to bring in. So there's basically a tax on crafting, essentially. And that's basically what I've seen in other games. You've always got to buy a reagent to do some crafting, and it makes sure there's a kind of a money sink with the crafting, because at the end of the day they need your money to sink out of the game, and if you're getting low on money, then you've got to stop crafting maybe and go out and do some missions. So that breaks up your gameplay, and I think that would be fantastic. I think they've said this, blueprints will be bound to your character and not tradable. This is definitely coming in. Time investments is the only path forward. That's been addressed. Thank you. Questions on upgrading blueprints for ships. Yeah, you're going to buy a pledge ship. That's a T1 ship. Yeah, it is. All the ships that you buy in Star Citizen, it's just a T1 ship. when you get the blueprint and upgrade it to a T2 blueprint, will it upgrade my T1 ship? I think that they've said that it will do. If this is true, can the ship be bound to the owner? I think they've addressed this as well. You've got the T2 ship that you've just created will be on, right? So yeah. So if you want to upgrade your ship, each person must get the blueprint. Remember, if you buy a ship in the shop, you get its blueprint. You must unlock the upgrade for the blueprint. We know this from Sitcon last year. There's upgrades to get the next one. And then you've got to upgrade the ship specifically. So yeah, I am concerned that someone may just buy a T5 ship with just credits. It should be extremely expensive. Like in World of Warcraft, my main is a tailor and some people are asking for armor. Well, I charge a bomb for the armor if they want it on my server, because tier 5 is not easy to do and you've got to have full crafting outfit to get the bonuses. In World of Warcraft, you've actually got a skill tree for each crafting now. And so yeah, if they want to buy a T5 ship in the game, that should be super expensive. This means that you cannot build. This also means you cannot build a T5 ship, only a T1 and then upgrade it, is what I'm saying. So yeah, when you get a blueprint, the blueprint's always tier 1 and you've got to research that yourself to get it up to T5 and nobody can have access to your T5 blueprint. It's just you, is what I am seeing. Obviously, I've got loads of... I'm so interested in how the blueprints are working, especially on the ship. Anyway. This is a funny one, actually. After server meshing has been complete, should the game go dark to speed up 1.0? You know, it feels like it's gone dark, doesn't it, this year? Certainly with what's coming out from the team. They have been pushing missions out. And I think the live server's not been updated properly until the Vulcan patch comes out. And that's got maybe 9 months of work on that, which has gone dark. So I think they kind of did this anyway. And yes, I think they almost did do this. Remember, this is 2024 October when I said this, and I think they actually did it. Yeah, this is quite funny. Imagine there was car boot sale for selling wars like on Earth. Not everybody's going to have a merchantman. Imagine if you could just fly down your ship to a planetary location on the outskirts of a city where loads of ships are parked up and you put tables down and you can put your pistols down, the armor down that you're selling, med pens that you're selling and stuff like that. So people could actually visit the car boot, as it would be a ship boot sale, and you're coming and getting stuff from crafters. So this would be brilliant. I love this idea of loads of people getting together to put their wares out, and then loads of players coming to visit the car boot here, the ship boot, and buying things from all the crafters. I think it would be brilliant because it's a social event. And I think it would be fun talking to people as they browse your stores. And if you've got to build 100 pistols and NPCs don't want to buy them all, are you going to hawk them off? Because you do need to make profit, especially if there's a money sink when crafting. So if you've got 100 pistols, car boot sale sounds fantastic for all those crafters that are doing munitions, armors, and maybe even ship components you could buy at the car boot sale. I think this would be fantastic. Maybe it's something once a month is what I have suggested, but maybe if it's crafters, maybe a fortnight or whatever needs to be balanced, and the car boot could jump around different planets and different systems and stuff like that. All right, you get the idea. Yeah, I've basically said that if you build a base on a planet and you start getting industrial, well, your industrial pollution should start spreading on the map and should bring animals to attack you. This is what happens in Factorio, And it just means when you get big, you've got other concerns that you need to think about. Not just players attacking you, but NPC creatures might come and take you down. I think this would be great. And you would have to kind of go outside of your base and cull down populations of animals that if they're getting close to you. So that will give you an activity to actually go and cull some animals in the sandbox, because you know in a matter of time that they're going to come and attack you. All right. This one's asking, is the star... This one's coming, ask the devs. Is the Squadron 42 player character not used in the PU? What's the plan for this? Because if I want to play a character in Squadron 42 as a female, I don't know if I want to have a female in Star Citizen. Especially if they're doing webcams, so you can kind of talk ship to people with your webcam and do video calls, Planetside, and all that stuff. So yeah, that's just Ask the Dev one, not been answered. Now, the game's not going to have different servers, but I am requesting an RP-specific server. Basically, the RP server just has different rules, so your world chat can't talk about different games, politics, concepts in the game, can't complain about game features, anything about football, sport, or anything like that. Only RP chat is allowed in the window, so you can only talk. So basically, if I've got a chat feature down at the bottom left, I don't want to be hearing about people getting stuck in the game, bugs happening. I want to be able to turn all that off and just have RP, where it's people talking. All right, for example, this would be, I'm at Hurston, where can I buy clothing that's hot in the city because it's getting cold? Something like that. Anyway. Yeah, many ships are waiting to be updated, and what's the intended feature is my question here. What's this on Ask the Devs? As it's not important for what you need testing at the minute, many ships got nerfed into the point of being useless in missions. Yeah. No update or response from devs on what they are being fixed. My Ares Iron is too lame for combat missions since the last update, which obviously hasn't been tested, and all Iron owners want to charge to not auto-fire until we depress the buttons. Basically, we did get an Iron update. It took a while. This is October complaining. And yeah, there is balance passes coming on. So if your ship is broken, just wait. I was a little bit annoyed that I couldn't fly my ship because it got broke. Shipbuilding tech tree concept. And imagine if these are all the ships. And at the top up here is a Bengal. And in order to craft a Bengal, you've got to have crafted all these other ships below it. So there's like a tech tree to actually craft that ship. So if you buy a... give me a big ship. If you say you've bought the Polaris, well, the Polaris is up here on the tree, but you can't actually craft it. Because in order to craft the Polaris, you've got to have crafted all these things below it, and you're only a level 1 ship crafter, and you're starting from the bottom. So you've actually got to work your way up the tree to get to the point where you can use your blueprint that you have. You've got the blueprint, but you can't craft it, because I think it's just too easy. It's just too easy if you buy a big ship in the game and then you can craft it. It's just too easy. I think you have to go... If you really want to craft ships, you should be... in that profession of crafting, and you've got to go up the crafting tech tree to craft that blueprint that you want. For example, the Ares Iron is a heavy ship. I think I can't upgrade it to level 2 because I've got to go up this skill tree. Maybe I've got to build some starter ships, build some small ship, medium ships to get up to a heavy fighter. Now I can do the air design. So yeah, I'm fully up this, because if you're a crafter, there is tech trees that you need to go on. You can't just build the top stuff. In World of Warcraft, for example, your skill level is 0, and if you want to build some of the stuff, you need 300 skill points to craft it. Here in Star Citizen, skill tree. You need to build ships below it to actually gain the knowledge to build the bigger ships. I think this is absolutely needed. And for example, on this ship component tree, in order to build, for example, the Polaris, you need to have also had research in building components for that ship. So it's not just as easy as building certain ships, but you need to have also researched building power plants and building capital components and things like that. So it becomes more complex if you want to build the bigger ships. Where the tech tree, you need to have built not just ships, but also more things like capital weapons, capital components, and things like that. Capital shields, power plants. You get the idea. It should be nuanced, basically. This is what I'm trying to say in this one. I think there should be a camera that you can have for people that are filming in the game. So when you see a camera if you down on Planetside, you see a camera, you know they're actually filming for a video that's going on YouTube. I think that'd be fun to see. And I've said here it'd be great for players filming in machinima, because I just think it'd be a fun prop to have, especially if you on Planetside and you saw this, it would be kind of fun. And I think the camera itself could have different features that you don't get in the game when filming right now, such as zoom, depth of field, etc. All right, that's a quick one. We're getting through these rather quickly. We're getting to the end. Precedent study is Fallen Earth, and basically this is all about, this has the best crafting in any MMO I've ever played, and it also has the schematics and blueprints, and if this is again getting to the nuance. So if you're building a gun from a schematic, you've got to be able to build the barrel and the magazine and the body of the gun. I can't remember exactly what all the pistol parts are, but basically it's nuanced. So you can't just build a pistol coming out the gate. You need to also have been able to get the schematics for the parts of the pistol. And I think that's how crafting can get nuanced, is that you're actually building different components towards building the pistol. So if you get a schematic for let's say a more powerful pistol, well, that will need a different, maybe tier 2 barrel or a tier 2 magazine. So again, it's not just an easy path to craft the next tier. You've got to think about individual components that crafted item needs, and I think it needs that nuance. Fallen Earth has this nuance in its crafting, and it's on Steam, it's free to play, easy to check out, and it's brilliant for crafting. Anyway. Clarification request. This is Ask the Devs. This is not my post. This is Angry Muppets post. And I've just said it would be nice if we have some kind of idea. Even if they said we're not starting work on it until 2025 plus. So after 2025, I think we should have a bit more. This is my guess anyway. What do you think about my guesses? The Erasta is the mystery ship for this year. We're going to see the Erasta this year. Endeavour is going to be post 1.0. The Genesis is coming next year, is my guess. The Crucible coming next year. Yeah. Orion's going to be post 1.0. I kind of think I agree with that still. Will snowstorms, sandstorms be coming before 1.0? I think this is going to be shown at CitizenCon this year. So, yeah, I really hope more planetary stuff comes in like this. That's a quick one. If you go to the roadmap, it should give you the latest video on what they're talking about here, so you can actually get more information on that slide. This is my mock-up here. And I think that would be great, because you go to the roadmap, look to see what that animal is, and there you've got the video link to actually see more about it. I think they could do more with that roadmap. That's such an easy thing for them to do. Come on, devs. Web team, get on it. Squadron 42 delay, is it a secret? Because the console port release is coming the same day as PC. Ooh. When polishing a game, you have to work to a deadline. Simply give us a large window from the 1st of January to the 31st of December 2026. Is this for something unpredictable? What is unpredictable about this date that they can't give us a date? And I've said perhaps the reason is for a monetary deal to do a console port that releases at the same time as the PC. That could be part of why they can't give us a solid date because of this. And I would be behind the decision to invest in the project and welcome the new gamers that could play the game with us. So yeah, Squadron 42 delayed simply because of a port that is coming out at the same time as the PC. I think that'd be a good thing to do. Anyway. Precedent study how majestic mountains should look in the game. I did a fantastic video that you can't see here. Maybe you can, and in this study there was a video where that you could see a human's journey up the mountain. Let's just accept. Well, I can't see my videos. Yeah, layers of rise, so there's completely different. The mountain walk is going to be evidence of activity of people walking up, different terrain, of course, different conditions, different difficulty, especially in seasons, be good gameplay element to reach the summit, and all that stuff. So there's interesting gameplay around that. I don't know if these links aren't working, but it did when I got this video out, which was last year, December. Views from re-entry, more data coming in showing plasma rain and how gorgeous cloud shadows were on the planet. Another video, but you can kind of see the rain of plasma coming down and the shadow. We've got shadows coming in like this already in the game, haven't we? But plasma rain, please. We're getting there quickly. PvP. I think this could be really good in the game because tell people, do they want to be Mercenary Guild or the Council? Tier 0. Simply decide which one are you going in. Because if you see me in the game, like this, I'm friendly. Okay? You maybe ask, can I team up with you? You see me in the game and I've got a red name, you're going to want to kill me. PvP. Because at the minute when you go down a planet and you see another person, you don't know what alignment they have. This would be an easy win. Get it in, peeps. Get it in. It'd be such easy. And this one came out today, and when I posted it, I thought I might as well do a video because I do many posts. And this one is a new picture from the James Webb camera. Shows how clouds look from space. And as you can see, it looks even more 3D, almost like it's outside of the atmosphere. And it makes the planet not look like a sphere when you've got clouds protruding out from the plane. My God, because at the end of the day, cameras that you see from the ISS and spaceships use fisheye lenses, whereas the webcam is just the James Webb cam is showing you pictures that are from a normal camera, and you can see how beautiful it actually looks when you've got a cloud above it. I think this is a gorgeous shot from the James Webb. And man, have you ever seen planet Earth like that before? James Webb opening up new eyes towards our planet. Well, there we go, peeps. That's all my suggestions and questions I've had for the game. I've got it. You can still look for my posts. I am Lipstickpaddy in the game, of course. I'm dying here. And we've only 8 days, 24 hours and 33 minutes to go. Save the date, of course. Can't wait for CitizenCon Direct. Post your... If you've been posting ideas, why don't you post a link to your ideas down in the chat so we can go and have a look at what you think about it, and I'll upvote it. And if we can get this discussion going in the comments, we can all kind of look at each other's posts and update posts and try and get a little bit of movement going towards the devs, as they get more directed to stuff that's got votes, don't they? Because at the end of the day, if you love this game, you've got passion for the game, you want to see it better, keep your ideas flowing towards them to make this the best damn game ever built. Best damn ever MMO built. Let's do it, peeps. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is PC Gamer Radio. You take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the verse. Bye for now. Well, thanks for watching. And if you remember, you can please subscribe and like the video. And don't remember, you can also hit the bell for notices on the channel. Yeah, we've also got a Twitter you can see on our banner, so check that out too. So take care and bye-bye.